Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. It's been a while since we've done like a major itch to switch, and we are going to be doing one today. Right here you can tell by the look on Tiger's face. He was like, oh no, my mommy has that look in her eyes again. So I'm just going to show you some before clips, but we're going to be working on 3 rooms today. So basically I woke up January 1st and had this major itch to switch. I had kind of been thinking about it off and on through the year, but I was really trying to make our floor plan work, and I loved having the front office, but it has like all tile floor and no door, which makes it really hard with voiceovers, and I'm constantly telling my family like, oh, can you be quiet while I get these voiceovers done? And I just really wanted to start off this year making things just easier and simpler. And so I was like, I'm gonna move my bedroom so I don't have to bug you guys anymore, and I don't have to keep repeating myself and deleting voiceovers because they like come in talking. So it started a whole domino effect, which it always does. So if you're new here, go ahead and click that red subscribe button, and we are gonna get to rearranging. The first place we're starting was my office, because this was the room I was most nervous about. We're going to be putting Chase's office into here. Basically, this room has to be an office because it has like clear French doors and then no door on the other entrance, which won't bother Chase because he's not like editing or filming or doing anything like that. So it'll actually work out better. But it's like the first room you see when you walk into our home, and I liked it like light and bright and airy, and I was really worried what it would look like with all Chase's stuff. Plus, you guys know I'm a little more tidy. Not that he's not tidy for a guy, but I just like keep things perfect, so when people come in it looks nice and pretty. So I didn't know how this was gonna work out, so we're gonna start in this room first, just in case I don't like it. We haven't messed up like the entire house, so we're just gonna work on this room for a little bit, make sure we like it. So I'm just prepping it, I'm getting everything out of the room. Now I'm gonna clean it real quick, which I didn't have much to do other than to vacuum the rug, and then we'll start bringing all of his pieces into this space.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond oak, dreamy, breezy we go.
This definitely wasn't a normal itch to switch for me. Typically, I don't get the itch until it's like dark outside, and then we're rushing to get it done within like 2 or 3 hours because it's like bedtime and we have Savannah up and like everything's in my living room and kitchen. But since we started this like right after lunch, it was the calmest itch to switch I've ever done. We weren't super rushed. We did work nonstop for about 6 hours, but since we weren't in a hurry, we got to just like take our time doing it. And it's not like we sat down and took a break or anything, but we just weren't in this mad dash of like panic because it's bedtime and we need to get our daughter to bed. So I tried to incorporate the music to kind of feel that so you guys would understand. I know a lot of times there's a handful of you guys, the rest of you guys like love these, but there's a handful that's like, it's so overwhelming. I think I normally have like this really fast like techno music and we're like rushing and it's sped up, but that's not how this itch to switch was. It was just a little bit different. We got everything we wanted to accomplish done, and it wasn't like a mad dash. So I hope you guys really can enjoy this video and appreciate it. It is this huge itch to switch and so much is happening. It took me and Chase 6 hours to get it done, but it wasn't this like, oh my gosh, we like destroyed the entire house at midnight and we're trying to get it put back together.
Listen to a favorite song, walking on the street when you caught my eye, something about the way you move. No, there ain't nobody like, there ain't nobody like. So
now I will say, anytime you're doing an itch to switch, it's always gonna get worse before it gets better. You can see throughout here because you're like pulling things out of rooms. It may be going back into the space, it may not be. So just know going into it, it's just like organizing or decluttering it. It's always going to get worse first, but it's okay. Just keep pushing through. And my biggest tip is just to not stop. Just get it done. Otherwise, you're gonna like go to bed and you're gonna wake up, you're gonna shove it off to the side. So just like keep pushing through. Try not to start an itch to switch unless you have the time to finish it out. And just remember, there's a lot of prep work that you don't see before I start filming this. So I'm literally walking, standing in the spaces saying, okay, is there room for the desk? Is there room for the futon? If not, where am I gonna put the futon? Is there room for his printer? Is there an outlet for the printer? So that's all done in my head, so I can't really film myself doing that. But before you start switching the spaces, keep that in mind, because Savannah was gonna flip-flop her room, but as we were visualizing it in one of the spaces she wanted, it was not gonna work with everything she had in her room, and she wasn't willing to give anything up, so that made our decision. So definitely think those things out before you get going. Now, it may be a piece like the futon. Chase didn't need the futon, and I could use it somewhere else, but like with Savannah, she needs her school desk, so it was a deal breaker. So just keep that all in mind before you like tear your whole house apart.
Tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice. That's how much I'm gonna tell you that.
One reason I have been putting this itch to switch off was I knew I didn't love Chase's desk for being the first thing you see when you walk in. We bought it right after he had quit his job. We didn't know if we were going to be able to replace his income when he came home, so we were being super frugal, and it is a very super affordable desk that is slowly falling apart. So it just has a lot of stuff in it. It's had a lot of weight on it. The movers weren't that nice to it when we moved into this house. So I was setting up his desk in here knowing we would have to find another one, and we actually found a really good deal. It will be coming up in the next couple of videos, probably a week from today, but learn to do your research, because I found a desk I loved for him on Wayfair, and it was like $819, and that was before shipping and before taxes, and it was going to take 5 to 6 weeks to get it in. I kept Googling like wood desk, and I kept looking for that same picture, and I found it, and they had it at a local Office Depot for $400, same day pickup, and they had a discount code, so I got it for $300 after tax, no shipping. I was able to pick it up the next day. So just keep that in mind before you buy something. Make sure there's not a better deal. If not, and you have the money to spend on the $800, do it, but it doesn't hurt to spend just a little bit more time doing some research, because you may save a ton of money. Now we're moving on to the guest bedroom. This was the hardest room to take apart, because you guys all know I just posted a guest bedroom makeover video. I finally got this room exactly the way I wanted it, but I felt like this was going to be the best room for my office because it's like off to the side. I didn't really like this as a guest bedroom, because if we had guests and they were laying on the bed and didn't close the door, we could like see them from the sofa, or if we had the TV on, it was pretty loud for them, and it wasn't close to a bathroom. So I felt like putting them up here where Chase's office used to be, they would be closer to the bathroom. This is also a very grand room because it has really vaulted ceilings. It has this really cool accent wall, which I thought would really go well with the headboard, and boy oh boy does it ever. Definitely stay until the end, because I thought I loved this bedroom when it was back here, but you are going to die when you see it in the other space.
I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. All that I do is wait for you. I'm standing and I'm not breathing. Why can't
my opinion, the two hardest things to move when we're itch to switching, like the things I dread, are if there are any beds, because we have all the bedding, you have all the pillows, and then the closets. I feel like our closets are so organized and we don't have a ton in them, and it's always like one of the hardest areas. I will say I'm always doing the closets at the very end too, so it could just be that I'm completely exhausted at that point. But those are the two areas that I'm always dreading, and I'm trying to talk myself out of the itch to switch, is because I don't want to move closets and I do not want to take bedding and beds apart.
Blending into the moon crowd. It's like I'm lost in the night. Trying to keep up with the time. Why don't you slow it down? I'm not gonna find you. Yeah, you keep thinking it's right.
So anytime Chase is working on something that I can't really help with, I would go back to a space and kind of work on the decorating just to kind of keep the ball moving and rolling. I hate to just be standing there when I could keep speeding things up. I knew he was going to need a light, so that's what I'm working on in this scene. I didn't know which light, and so I kind of kept switching them out until I figured out the best arrangement. We were going to put his old ceiling light, his black one, in here, but those ceilings are so tall in that bedroom that it really wasn't going to be worth it, because if you guys follow Chase over on Instagram, he finds the best Amazon deals. He'll find the trendiest lights for like $20. So we're just going to buy a new one and eventually replace this one. We didn't do it in this video, just obviously because we didn't have it in. It might be in a future video, like the one in a week away. It'll just be if I have time to get it ordered and if we get it in time before I film that video, but it will be in a future video because we will switch that out. And then I'll be figuring out what I'm going to do in my office, because as of now it has a fan, which I'm not completely against. I don't know that I'll use it though, so I'll probably eventually switch that one out as well.
Don't wanna be strangers. Let me feel like you know what to do. Leave your limitations.
So I left this scene in because I feel like I just want you guys to know, like, it's not all this easy, it's just switch, things just go magically well. Half the time we're just standing there looking at pieces of like, what's the easiest way to get this out of the room? Are we gonna have to take the legs off, the feet off? Can we stand it up? Can we put it on a roller? And we're both just like working through the process, because obviously we want it the easiest and fastest way possible. But sometimes when it's big pieces like a futon or a bed, you just have to take it apart. But you'll see us like try everything just to make sure we don't have to like completely take it apart before we take it out of the room into its new space.
Be free, save yourself and leave the words you've spoken, 'cause some dreams are meant to be broken. Tear down all your visions, go against the feeling. Like gravel to the floor. Only when the dust sets, you start to regret all the things that you've been fighting for. 'Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out.
I love this bed so much. We've had it for so long. We got it off Amazon and it was so affordable. I don't even know if they have it anymore. If they do, I'll link it down below in my description box. I'll try to put as many links down there as possible. So if you're seeing something in my home, if I can find a link for it, I'll definitely put it down there. Or if you have any questions, if I missed something, feel free to ask. But I really am so happy with the quality of that bed because we've had it for so long. It's been in multiple bedrooms, multiple houses, and it's just held up really well. But I wanted to show you kind of an update of the house just so you can see it's still getting worse. We thought it was worse earlier. Plus, I have all my New Year's decorations up because we had celebrated it the night before and I wanted to enjoy it a little longer. So this house was pure chaos at this point.
So ashamed what I did to you, but here's my confession, it's the least I can do. You know I was trying.
So right here, you're starting to kind of see what the room's gonna look like, and I'm just loving the colors in here. I love the tan beige bed against the black wall. Obviously, we're gonna take that calendar down. We were just like putting it off. The white curtains, I don't know, it's just so neutral but so bold at the same time. I love the end result of this room, and I cannot wait to share it with you when we are finished at the end of today's video.
Pray for me while I pick up the pieces, turning things around, and maybe things will get better. So wait for me on the other side. Got you by my side. A million reasons for me to see clear, and you're in the middle, so I feel no fear. And I know that I've got my problems, and sometimes I lay them on you, but hear me out and give me a chance to out loud. Pray for me while I pick up the pieces, turning things around, and maybe things will get better. So wait for me on the other side.
Okay, another little tip I want to share with you if you're new, if you're not, maybe you missed one of my videos, but I love these sleek sockets. They come in so handy for so many different areas, but the one I use most is when I want furniture to set flush against the wall. But if you're like plugging TVs in or lamps, they stick out and then your dresser or whatever it is can't set all the way back on the wall. These sleek sockets plug in and then it's like an extension cord and you can plug everything into the end of it, and then it can just go under the dresser or under the futon or under whatever piece of furniture is going there. I feel like they are amazing. I own so many of them. I keep buying more. I'm going to show you right here. See how flush the dresser is now. The only reason it's not touching the wall is because of the baseboard. So if you need something like that in your life, I'm going to link it down below. It's in Amazon, but I talk about them all the time because I love them so much.
On the other side.
Now we're gonna finally start working on my office, which I was so excited about. There's not a ton to put in here yet, so I may make a few tweaks as we go, but I'm gonna start getting like my desk in there, my chair. I'm gonna put Pearl, which is my wedding dress, in there. All I can think about is next year my office is actually big enough so I can put a Christmas tree in here, so I'm so excited for that. And then I'm gonna have a closet as well. So now you're just gonna see me working on this space and slowly see it just come together.
Someday I know I'll finally make it through the gates. Just have to wait. You whisper to me there's no maybe. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all.
I will say I switched out the closets and I didn't film it. I was just so tired at that point. But here in the next couple slides, I'm actually going to walk you through all the spaces so you can see how they turned out. And I'll take you inside the closet so you can see what they look like. But like I said, those are always the hardest part for me. I think I'm drained by that point. But I will show you the after just in case you're curious of how I set them up. Oh, and one more thing before I start showing you how everything turned out. I mentioned earlier that Chase has a page over on Instagram. He's had it a little while, but he finds like really good deals. Not just Amazon deals, but those are the main deals he shares. But he even finds some deals that are free, and that blanket I was putting on the futon we got for free, and so did a lot of people that were following his account over there. We've gotten like bug zappers and all sorts of stuff. So he either finds it really cheap, occasionally he finds free deals, and they don't last long, so you have to be following him. So once again, I have that link down below in my description box if you want to check it out.
I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith.
Okay, this room is done. I'll probably show you the rest tomorrow morning because it's already dark outside, but I think Savannah's gonna sleep in here tonight. So while it was clean, I was gonna take you in here. I'll probably show you again tomorrow though, because it'll be so pretty when like my blinds are open and there's light shining in. But I am loving it against this black wall. Like, I had no idea this room was missing black, because when it was in the other room, I loved how everything was like light and bright. But this is gorgeous. And then this like black and wood ties in with this side of the room because we have the black and wood. It just looks so good in here. And then we mixed black and gold. And then I will show you inside the closet real fast. So some of the stuff I'll eventually move out. Like all of this needs to go, but I'll have to find a spot. But I like to keep just guest towels. I just think it's nice for when guests come, they're not like sharing Savannah's towels. Our towels are just like nice, clean, and fresh. And then I give them their own washcloths. I like to keep like extra things on hand just in case they forget. I have like girl razors, guy razors, toothpaste, all of that stuff, Kleenexes, there are extra sheets in here, all sorts of stuff. And then of course over here it's all Savannah's dance stuff because we still live here. But for the most part, if someone needed to stay, they would have space in here. They have extra hangers. I may get like an ottoman or something just so if they need a place to sit down when they're getting dressed. But I feel like this space turned out so well, and it's just so grand for a guest bedroom because these are like the highest ceilings out of all the rooms. Okay, I wanted to take you back here in the daylight just because I love it so bright in here. I can turn the light on. The bed's a little messed up. You can tell the boys have been laying in here, but I absolutely love this space. It makes me rethink our entire bedroom. Like, I'd love a master like this. I know it's a little off because of the blinds. I can tilt them so you guys can like see it better, but there we go. That is just gorgeous. There's something about like a really neutral bed with the dark wall, and I could never figure out what to put above the bed, and it just needed a black detail wall. That's all. So looks really, really good. Next, I'm gonna take you into Chase's office now. So it used to be mine, but now it's his. It's coming along really well. We still have a few things we need to do. This is hung. We'll have to find something for his back wall. I think we're gonna get him a new light ordered. We took the curtains down in here and we like it better that way. So from now we're just gonna leave it down. And then we did order him a new desk and we have it. So we're gonna be installing that today. So you'll have to look 1 week from today. I'll be posting like a home projects video and I'll have it in there. I think the next one after this is a cleaning video, but it will be coming. We have his little printing station over there. I'll kind of back up this way just so you guys can see it, but I feel like it looks really good and it's gonna look even better when we have the new desk. And then he got a new chair as well. Now I'll take you into my office, and this space came along so well. It's so nice because in this room, it's a little bit darker. I know you can't tell right now because of the window, but it's just one small window. And it's just not very bright. So it'll help with editing. Plus I love that it's carpet. And the best feature about this room is it has a door. So when I'm doing voiceovers, I can actually have some privacy and have it quiet. It's been really hard the last year just because Savannah and Chase are here. So this will be really nice. Like I won't have to bug them. I can just walk in here and shut the door and get done when I need to. I love that I have the futon now. So when I'm editing, people can come sit in here and talk to me. And I missed having my like beauty room from my last house because I would do all my workouts like off my computer and just have my own space. And so I can do that again. Last night, me and Savannah just flipped that around and did our workouts in here. And then the next really, really nice feature is I have a closet now. So when I was in that front office, I didn't have a closet, and like I'm the one with all the equipment and stuff. Chase really doesn't need a closet, and he can use this one or the guest bedroom, and we'll still probably close off that one day so he can have a closet in his office. We just haven't got to it, but it is nice like when I'm going to ship stuff to you guys or like need some of my equipment. It's just all right here in this room. I'm gonna have to do a new light in here. When our builder put lights in, he put these yellow ones in, and we replaced like all of them but like 2 closets. So this one will definitely be up next, but I've got all my shipping, all my Cricut stuff. This is all like my gift closet and like different things, videos coming up. I've got lots of videos coming up over here, all my tripods. So this is just gonna be so nice to have. I'm so relieved. It's just like a great way to start fresh for the new year, just because I know I'm gonna be able to get like so much more work done in here and it's gonna be so much easier. And then I had a really sweet friend that I met from this journey. She is so kind and so giving. She actually sent me flowers, and so it's just a nice way to start off the new year with a new office and fresh flowers. It's just been so nice being in here, but you guys can see these are absolutely gorgeous. So thank you so much, Carol. Okay guys, I am gonna go ahead and end it here, but thank you so much for watching. I know you guys really enjoy these itch to switches. I feel like it's been a really, really long time since the last time I did like a major itch to switch. It was back in the old house, and we've been here at least a year, so it's been a while. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you're new here and you like home content, whether it's like cleaning, decorating, organizing, rearranging, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.